Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder. Yeah, I know it's been a while, but look at this. This has happened like a couple of weeks ago, and I really didn't care to show anybody because it was just 9 years of daily logging in reward, and you'd be amazed what you get. Like, I mean, wow. Well, no boosters as usual. Like I'm double checking, not even boosters, alright? There is no premium vehicle, there is no rare vehicle, even a rank 1 rare one, right? I'd be grateful for, but nothing. Well, there was one thing that Gaijin actually gave me, which they didn't show here, which I think is a big waste. So let's have a look at it. And I have to look for it because I can't remember where it is. It is a decal. It's the ultimate decal of shame, because one does not simply log in 9 years and have some still brain activity left. And there it is. There you can read it. There, like, it doesn't even look all that fancy, right? And you can barely distinguish it from other veteran decals. So out of spite, I'll do 10 years because, you know, the disgrace is already there. So what the hell? And well, that's it. Yeah, thank you, Gurchin. So this is a battle that I also played weeks ago when I still had the test drive for the HMS Queen Mary. I think at this point, Gaijin, looking at the content output and also the views on my channel, they're just like, yeah, we kept him for so long, just continue to keep him and just give him a test drive here and there, right? But and I understand it because I'm waiting for new stuff to happen, and I'm waiting for improvement on stuff, which I am doing for like 11 years. It sounds so crazy if I say it out loud, but here I am. Now, the HMS Queen Mary. Let's quickly talk about this ship. It's one of the really interesting British battlecruiser designs, where they gave them a bit more armor. But as I mentioned at least once, it's really funny how Gaijin arranged the tech tree. You see, it starts at rank 5 when we get really interesting, because there we have at 6.0 the HMS Glorious, a huge ship but little to no armor, and it is in its 1919 configuration, and it has two twin 15-inch gun turrets. They are more or less the same as in the HMS Hood, which is at the end of the tech tree line at 7.0. And after the HMS Glorious, we have the HMS Invincible, the very first of the battle cruisers, and then we have, between the HMS Invincible and the HMS Hood, the HMS Queen Mary. And they all exploded under German guns. Well, HMS Glorious didn't really explode since it was converted to a carrier, but it's not a nice, cool thing to have your carrier sunk by battleships. When Scharnhorst and Gneisenau intercepted them in the North Sea, HMS Invincible was not that invincible at the Battle of Jutland, just like the HMS Queen Mary, actually. And Drakinifer did some fantastic analysis on the Battle of Jutland, so if you want to hear more details, just go watch that amazing channel, 5-minute guides, the Battle of Jutland, Bismarck. It's all there. And then HMS Hood, and no ship was sunken more famously than this ship. It's kind of weird to align them like this. I mean, yeah, it's the battle cruiser line and British battle cruisers go boom, but Honestly, you could have at least one made a premium or like the HMS Renown a reward. But here we are. Now, the ship itself. It's good, and that's about it. The guns are nice, but why would you use this battle cruiser where speed doesn't really that matter if you have like the Iron Duke class represented with quite a few ships already? We have the HMS Orion, the HMS Marlborough, and as the premium, the HMS Iron Duke. They all have significantly more durability, better secondaries, if I might add, and also one more gun turret, so 10 guns instead of 8. And you don't get better shells. I mean, the shells do work, it's not as bad as on the HMS Orion, but here we are. Yeah, and what I do is like camp behind the island and just try to snipe some poor German battle cruiser. Funnily enough, the HMS von der Tann here was actually titled a large cruiser by the Germans, Großkreuzer in German. So technically speaking, the Germans never had battle cruisers according to their own definition, but there were battle cruisers. They traded a bit the caliber size or the amount of armament in comparison to their British rivals for more armor, because they knew that they were going against the British, and they at some point there was a decent chance for including or having to include the battle cruisers in the battle line for equal numbers. So this is where the design difference comes in. But a much more important question: what did I do in the meantime? Well, I enjoyed my work. I really love my work as a scientist who can do everything by himself, and I basically have free reign, which is a privilege. And through good work, I try to keep that privilege. Yeah, I know, now some are really furious having heard that. But I also was on vacation in Croatia for 2 weeks, where I was fishing, catching some stuff, and actually preparing the fish for my girlfriend, which, funnily enough, enjoyed it. Then back to work, and then last week I was at the Wacken Open Air, where for all you gourmets out there, I made some crêpe Suzette variant for my girlfriend at the Wacken Open Air, and she loved it, and everybody around us loved it who got a bite of it. Variation because the orange reduction included also pieces of apple, and instead of that special liquor or spirit that you usually use for the original recipe, I used meat, so the honey wine, and it was fantastic. I just enjoyed life. Having now another work of week, I'm totally relaxed, and I can tell you, playing War Thunder is such an odd thing to do. I'm looking at this right now. I mean, I always knew that, I always knew that I held on to it way too long, and I'm waiting for things to happen, certain ships to get addressed. I haven't touched tanks and planes in some cases years, right? Where I just gotten in for a battle. I don't count that. So I literally haven't touched them in months, and I don't regret it. Like, my dreams regarding War Thunder, to have everything in the game, to have all the premiums and all the rare event vehicles and so forth, that's long gone. That train has left the station for good. And so I tried to make some videos like old style, and then I think it was Oddballs that made a video a couple of days ago or weeks ago, where he mentioned a problem of his, that he tries to get the perfect battle, the perfect footage, and I so can relate. Like, can I really make a video as a YouTuber where you see me doing this? Yes, I get the damage, yes, I get the kills, but duh. like the gameplay is as exciting as Gaijin's bug fixing department is competent. Very much sarcasm, big time. Jokes aside, well, sadly it isn't a joke. In some cases, I really think they're doing this on purpose. It's it feels so good to just go significantly more often fishing, to enjoy the free time, to really do other stuff in summer. I used to really enjoy War Thunder. I don't regret playing it at all, and the opportunity this game gave me. Um, like that would be an entire different video. The connections that I made, the videos that I made with other YouTubers. There weren't that many, but the ones I did, I really really liked doing this. Especially the work with Drakini Fell was just a privilege to do. And honestly, if he ever needs my help, I'm there for him, and I have helped him in the past with voice lines and such. But like here is a problem with War Thunder right now, a very specific one. I have absolutely no idea what to do because I researched all the blue water ships, and all that is left are the patrol boats. And for the US, that's an absolute joke. The USS Cool Bow, whatever. That's like a crippled down Fletcher class at 4.0 with two 5-inch guns, but it has lots of bowfalls and mortars and depth charges. But you spawn with destroyers, and you're just like literally half a destroyer in armament. So that for nearly 280,000 RP with the bad modifiers, and either you have the premium USS Douglas, which is really fun with the missiles if you get to use them and you can reload, the PT-811, which is from the Operation Frost, and ever since we have no other premium at rank 4. Then for Germany, the Bernau, it's also 220,000 RP at rank 4. Like, why? And researching it is just not fun. For the Soviets, the MPK Project 11451, that's just not cutting it for me, honestly. And then there's also the Alano for the Italians, which costs 250,000 RP at rank 5 and battle rating 3.7. And the research modifiers, bro, they ain't good for coastal fleet. When you have to fight destroyers and you barely can sink them, when the queue times are just nuts for low reward, for frustrating gameplay all the time. Like, I get something out aiming with big guns and hitting stuff and blowing shit up, and may take 10 minutes. I don't really care all that much. It has some relaxing vibes to it. But patrol boats, man, they're just not cool anymore. I mean, going out there with the S701 with the 8 torpedoes and just hunting battleships in an artificial up tier, yeah, it has some vibes to it. Yeah, there are some fun ones, but researching for that many RP for that performance and so forth, it's just not cool, right? So yeah, at this very moment, War Thunder has lost a lot of appeal, and Q times along, there is no new stuff. There is no balance, no refinement of the game mechanics. The bad problems we had for years, they are still very consistently with us. No improvements there, just new content. And with tanks, that has worked so much because there are so many people coming in, and you get the hang of it, and it's all exciting. The same with planes. I mean, War Thunder props are just still really cool. I just don't press the battle button anymore. It's just like, I've seen everything. Then you go out there and you get immediately focused by tryhards and really hardcore sweaters. Napalm is famous. Oh, shut down. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's the incognito, but then I forget to make it on. But then I have it on in naval battles, and in naval battles, people you know, they know me. The chat is always really cool most of the time, like 95% of the time. I really enjoy it. Um, but you know, it's just such a unnecessary thing to fight more the system uh, for I must enjoy it rather than really enjoying it for real, right? And don't don't be too afraid. I stay with you because I think War Thunder has some amazing potential, and I'm right back when they tap into it. I'm like here, right? I'm just like, oh cool, they fixed it. They gave us some really big ship names like Bismarck, Iowa, King George V, Yamato, you name it, or they made some Russian shit up. Uh, um, and you know, when they work, like I will cover certain ships regardless of what happens to them, but other ships I will just, you know, cover if the environment let's make me a good video. Because what's the worth of a ranked video these days? I mean, you know, I made enough in the past. If you really enjoy ranked videos, go back and look at them. um, so that's so far the point. There were so many things I really enjoyed in the meantime doing, and when you enjoy your damn work more than you enjoy playing a video game, something's really fucked up with that video game. Because there are games out, you know, offline games like Command and Conquer, Tiberian Wars, and the extension Kane's Wrath that I play from time to time, and it's not just that War Thunder is an online game, and the worst thing about online games is other people playing it. Maybe I'm right at this age, right? In my mid 30s, where I'm like, ugh, people, eh. But in all honesty, um, yeah, like I play older games because I enjoy them, because I like doing that. And War Thunder, like, my tryhard phase is long gone, but more than this, I think that um, the development cycle has hit something where everything I touch is just garbage when it comes to naval, and I'm just burned out on the grind, and I just don't want to actually complete the research for the patrol boats. It's just for what that I have just more stuff researched and unlocked but not bought for the annual 50% buying frenzy at Gaijin's birthday around Halloween. Yeah, I just don't think so, right? I don't think that this is the thing to invest so much time. And honestly, looking at my income, um, I understand why I did it as a student, why I was collecting so much for my my YouTube retirement, you know, where I have so many vehicles as vouchers um, on my account, and you know, I'm just waiting for the price to get up. There are things that are now beyond 300 Gaijin coins, which is just nuts. Um, and you know, so that I have multiple thousands of Gaijin coins, like in theory there. I just have to sell them, you know, do the Gaijin tax and be done with it. So that I can, in theory, purchase every premium package or convert them to GE and be good for a couple of years maybe. But at this very moment, there is just nothing that really gets my interest. So yeah, I'm like, I was just today having the opportunity to just get home, get stuff done, and relax and make this video because I think I owe it to you guys. Like, some of you are subscribed to me, and I know that there are some cold bodies already as my subscribers. So the 30,000 plus that I have, they just are not telling the truth anymore for quite some time actually, and I know this, but I think there are still like a couple of hundred guys out there that actually have some interest in Nebo. Um, Maybe not playing like it's just two people as the queue time suggests, but watching my videos, right? Like this channel has been around also for a couple of years, so a big thank you for all of you who stuck with me so far, and I'm really not comfortable like letting you wait for so long, because I know myself how I'm very often waiting for content from other YouTubers. It's not necessarily War Thunder, but some other channels, science channels, whatever, fishing channels, you name it, where I'm just waiting for new content because it's just so good. You can learn so much, and especially with fishing, if you can redo it in real life and it actually gets you results. I like that. I really like that. So I think this is the end where I can talk. I mean, the battle would go on for another 5 minutes, but let's just cut to the end. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and you see why this was in a 30-day test drive the best that I could do with the Queen Mary. It's not a bad ship, but worth on the mechanics, kill steals or kill assists and so forth, and then just hanging around the island, that's just not good for great content. And one more discovery. I think the reason why my microphone decreased in quality is because I'm now living in a different house, and it seems to be a result of the power wiring. I'm not quite sure how to say this, but it's not the microphones or the cable's fault or the PC's fault or the software or anything like this. It seems to be really a problem with the power, because in a different house it just works fine, but I'm now in this house, so that's it. And that's literally it for me. So thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like with it, subscribe if you want to see more at some point. For you it's just a couple of clicks, for me it means the world. And as usual, we will see each other on the battlefields, maybe in the skies, most certainly, and on the waves of War Thunder.